The next few minutes will probably surprise you because you will discover that some of the things you believed throughout your life are not true after all. Listening to Mozart makes kids smarter. The story behind this is based on a paper published in 1993 that examined the effect that listening to different sounds has on spatial reasoning. The sounds used were Sonata for Two Pianos by Mozart, verbal relaxation instructions, and silence. The paper found a temporary enhancement of spatial reasoning. However, the paper also stated that this enhancement is temporary. It only lasts for 10 to 15 minutes. In 1994, New York Times stated in one of its articles that researchers have determined that listening to Mozart actually makes you smarter, and used this study to favor Mozart over Beethoven as the world's greatest composer. Research done afterwards have shown that classical music had no effect on IQ or spatial ability, and others suggested that the same enhancement can be stimulated with the popular music that kids enjoy today. Humans only use 10% of their brains. This is one of the most widespread misconceptions, and researchers know for sure that this theory is simply untrue. There are many scenarios behind this misconception. One of them is the argument made in the 1890s by the Harvard psychologist William James, stating that we only operate on a fraction of our full mental potential. A few years afterwards, the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, published in 1993, reinterpreted the statement by saying, Professor William James of Harvard used to say that the average person develops only 10% of his latent mental ability. Another scenario comes from the experiment made in the 1940s and 50s, where the neurosurgeon Penfield was poking around the brains of conscious people and documented that only 10% of his probes resulted in observable events, like a blink, a twitch, and others.
This is the brain. Now, when we stimulated at 3, you had a tingling in your thumb. You've probably forgotten. Then underneath this, we stimulated, and to my astonishment, you said, I hear music.
No matter what the scenario is behind this theory, it remains a myth. And in case you're not convinced yet, here's a thought. What are you doing right now? Are you engaging your muscles to sit upright? Are you using your hand to hold your mobile or to move your computer mouse? Are you listening, watching, and analyzing this video? Are you breathing and perhaps eating or drinking? Then you are certainly using more than 10% of your brain right now. Shaving makes the hair grow back thicker. Shaving does not actually affect hair color, thickness, or growth rate. When you shave your hair, they might appear thicker, but they're not. The tips of the hair are usually finer than the base. When the hair is shaved, it is usually cut from its thicker point and it loses its fine tip. The new hair will feel rough for a while. It will be more noticeable and it will appear darker because it has not yet been exposed to elements like sun exposure or chemical compounds that make it lighter. Humans have 5 senses. We all know the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. They are one of the first things we learn at school and at home. However, senses are actually way more than 5. Experts still debate on the exact number, but most agree that humans have at least 10 senses. This includes the sense of balance, the sense of pain, and the perception of time. Vitamin C prevents from having a cold. Studies have shown that vitamin C consumption does not reduce the risk of catching a cold, but it may speed up the recovery and reduce the severity of the symptoms. If you want the benefits of vitamin C, you will need to consume it every day and not just at the start of the symptoms. Vitamin C is present in oranges, as we all know, but it is also present in peppers, strawberries, and others. Sitting close to the TV will damage your eyes. Sitting close to the TV may give you a headache, but it will not damage your vision. The blue light coming out of the screen could cause eye fatigue, but it is going to affect your eyes in the same amount regardless of where you sit. So if you spend a lot of time behind any screen, consider getting some blue light filtering glasses. And if your kids prefer to watch TV close to the screen, they might need glasses. Bulls are attracted to the red color. Bulls are colorblind and are not enraged by red or any other particular color. They are, however, attracted to movement, so it is perhaps the threatening, waving motion of the red cape that enrages a bull. By the way, the cape's red color is used to mask the animal's blood.